All right. Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be going over the different loops you can use here in Roblox Studio. So we're going to be going over the while loop, the for loop, and the repeat until loop. So let's go over the while loop. What is a while loop? Well, it is something that continuously loops while a certain condition is met. And in my case here, I have a variable called loop, which is equal to true, and is saying while loop is equal to true, it's going to continuously print hello. Just make sure you have a test.wait, otherwise it will crash your studio. So let's go ahead and run that. And you're going to see here in the output, it's going to continuously say hello. Luckily, I've crafted an ultimate doomsday device called the button, and it will turn loop to false. Watch what happens in the output when I click the button. It turned false and has stopped looping. I truly am a powerful creature. All right, so what if I don't want a certain condition? Well, that's the cool part. You can make this an infinite loop. You can make this loop forever and ever and ever just by simply putting task.wait. Don't even give it a number, depending if you want it to have a delay or not. But if you don't need a delay, just leave the parentheses empty. And say print hello. See, it still prints hello. No matter how many times I click this button, it will continuously print hello because there is no condition for it to meet. I'm just telling it, just wait. And then print and loop. And let's move on to the for loop. All right. So a for loop, what does a for loop do? It basically iterates through a table. And what does that even mean, right? Well, I have a folder here. I have 3 wonderful volunteers. I have Steve, Bob, and Peter. Friendly little fellows. But I only want to change Bob's, well, color. I don't like that he's shamrock green. I want him to be blue. But they're all in the same folder, so how am I only going to alter Bob? I mean, sure, I could do game.workspace.bob, but let's take that. Let's get toss.option and just throw it out the window. I can't do that. So how else am I going to do it? Here's how I am going to do it. I'm going to use a for loop. And you see I said for IV in pairs, index value. And I'm telling it to search in the folder and get the children in the folder, in which case the children are Peter, Bob, and Steve, because they're inside the folder. They're the children of the folder. So here, I am just going to go ahead and print I and V. Let's see what prints. Peter's number 1, Bob is number 2, Steve is number 3. And if we check the folder here, Bob is number 1, Peter's number 2, Steve is number 3. Great. All right, so like I said, I only want to change Bob's color. Well, now I can filter even deeper with this for loop. So now I can say if v.name is equal to Bob, and now if I print IV, it's only going to give me Bob instead of both Peter and Steve, right? Because now I have basically told this loop, to narrow down the search range. Now it does not just get the children, it's find the child whose name is Bob. Now we can get down to changing his color. So v dot brick color dot new. I don't know. What color should we make him? Let's make him storm blue. See, only his color changes. But let's say I wanted all of them to turn blue. How would I do that? Well, instead of making it a narrow search, I'm simply going to say v dot brick color. We're going to make it autofill because I am lazy. Let's make them all cyan. Why not? Now if I run this, they're all cyan. But here's a cool thing. If you delay it, you see in the for loop, you notice I haven't used a single test.wait yet. But if you do, you're going to get a pretty cool effect. 1, 2, 3. That's just nice. So that's a for loop. Now let's move on to the repeat until loop. And this one's pretty simple. It's very similar to a while loop. It means that I'm telling it to repeat, print looping until loop is equal to false. Right now it's equal to true. And in this one, you also want to make sure you have a test.wait of some sort. So let's go ahead and run this. And you're going to see it's going to keep saying looping, looping, looping. But remember what this button does. It turns everything to false. It turns the loop to false. So I'm going to click it. And you see it stopped looping because I told it to repeat until loop is equal to false. Now it's equal to false. It stopped looping. So that's all the loops that you really need to know for scripting that you're going to be using pretty often throughout your scripting attempts, trying to make cool things. So let me know if this helped. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and join the Discord if you haven't already. We have a nice little community there where I try to help out where and when I can, and hopefully do some good in helping guiding you guys to becoming better scripters. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.